So here we go then. Is this going to be a race start? Yes, it is. Away we go. Race 6, and Leeds A get a good start in the number 25 of Whilton A are up to second place. As there's someone's hit the tyres and there's a lot of water being thrown up as well. But everybody's made it through. No spinners in turns 1 and 2. Yellow flags are out though for those tyres which are now out of place. Leaders coming up to Inkermans now. And down the hill through the Zulus now. Leeds A lead, number 33 from 21, which is Imperial A. So we've got a complete carbon copy of what we just finished with in race 5. Leeds A leading from Imperial A. Coming round the final corner now to finish lap 1 of race 6. It's Leeds A now from the 28. Bath A up to second place. Yellow flags being acknowledged by all the drivers. Leeds A lead. Bath A second. Imperial A third. Heriot Watt A down to 4th. Leeds A, what a start, up to 5th from 12th on the grid. Heriot Watt B 6th. Birmingham C have had a good start as well, up 4 places to 7th. Huddersfield A now 8th. I'm wondering, where are Coventry A? Have they had some form of haphazard? They have. Coventry A haven't finished a lap yet. There they are coming across in front of me now. So I think Coventry A might have been the cart that hit the tyres on turn 2 in the first lap, and as a result they're going into Christmas now whilst most of the field is on the back straight, so they've got a bit of catching up to do, but they've kept themselves on the lead lap, which could be crucial. You'd have to think that more drivers are going to have off-track excursions between now and the end of the race. Should say as well, these races have been reduced in length of time from 25 to 20 minutes. That's to ensure that we do get through the full programme by the end of the day. You can see on the Twitter feed some support for Queen Mary's in the third place in race 5 rather, and it was indeed a very good performance, as there's a spinner up at the top of the hill just about to go into Inkermans. We'll let you know as soon as I do. It's very wide and through all the mud, and I hope he's got a wetsuit on, that driver in the cart that's just made a real mess of the outside line through us. Oh, off goes, who is that? The number 58 I think of Leeds B into the boot corners. So it's still Leeds A leading from Bath A, Leeds A and Heriot Watt B. Fastest lap for Leeds A on the last lap. 49 and 37 have got curb warnings, 37 being Leeds A, 49 being Leicester A. I think it was Leicester A who ran very wide out of the Zulus and probably made a real mess of his trousers, both inside and out, if you know what I mean. 15 minutes to go in this one. As more plumes of water being thrown up by someone stopped and spun halfway up the straight up to Christmas just after the little right hand kink. They ran wide, hit the biggest puddle you can find around Whilton Mill, and have promptly stopped. Can't quite see which race number it is. Contact warning for the 44, which is Aston A. And Huddersfield A have set the fastest lap of the race with 1 minute .611. I have to say I'm quite impressed with how these lap times are staying fairly consistently around the 60-second mark. It must be that the level of rain isn't bad enough to make the track conditions any worse. But it's Leeds Beckett A still leading this one from Bath A by 2 seconds. Leeds A now 4 seconds down on their cross-city rivals, and Heriot Watt B up to 4th. Team on the charge though is Huddersfield A, and Huddersfield A now up to 4th as, in fact, no, Bath A have gone. Just seen on the timing, Bath A have gone from second place. They must have had a spin. There is one cart that's stuck on the entrance to the boots that might be Bath, because they are still falling down the timing. They haven't crossed the line. And round the final corner is this. No, it's not Bath A. It's the number 66 which span at the entrance to the boot, and that's Queen Mary B. Oh, but what rotten luck for Bath A, running really strongly in second place, but they're now down in 30th. It's now Leeds Beckett A first, Leeds Uni second, as there's a black flag. Not the first time we've seen a black flag today for UWTSDB, the number 86, currently running further down the order in 34th position. A couple of carts that are already off the back of the field. Nottingham C, Queen Mary B, as we've mentioned, Warwick D, UWTSDB, Imperial A have gone as well. That's one that slipped my attention. Imperial A have disappeared from running in second place early on and are now down in 33rd. Bath A 32nd. Coventry A have now hopped up to 28th, so pretty much anyone from Coventry A down on the live timing has had some form of issue. 13 minutes to go, curb warning for 21, which is Imperial A. A frustrating race this for Imperial A. Remember, Imperial A second in the standings at the moment, so in a fairly comfortable position, in fact, being that high up the order. 58s have a black flag, so it's all going on here. That's Leeds B, as there's another spinner into the boots corner. Number 6, Nottingham A, pass in front of it. They've had a good morning as well, currently sat 6th in the standings. Still waiting for this cart in the boot to be recovered, and he's just about getting going now. And I think that might actually be the same cart and the same driver that span off in the big puddle at the top of, or just going up the hill towards Christmas. It is the 82 that span, and looks like he's having a bit of a tough time out there for Nottingham C. Just under 12 minutes to go then, not even halfway through this. Leeds Beckett A lead by 2.5 seconds from Leeds A, who've just set the fastest lap of the race. Leeds A, let's have a look where they are currently in the standings. 15th on 149 points, so they're looking good, but they could do with a really strong result to calm any nerves that they might have. Second place in this one would definitely do that. Part of me thinks they would love to put one over on Leeds Beckett A though, as the 86 comes back out after his black flag. Looking around, can't see any yellow flags at the moment, which is good, as very wide, and kicking up some mud and dirt going around one of the back markers. Who was that just coming through the boot now? Having a bit of a moment. 58's back out after their black flag with a shake of the head. It was the number 37 which had a bit of a wet track moment. That's the driver for Leeds A. In fact, that's the cart in second place. So 37 charging through the field. Leeds A team of Ben Garrett, Tom Taylor, Matthew Hurst and Mark Thompson here today. Penalty for the 61, Brunel C. Brunel C currently in 27th position. Coventry there, I could just see above them in the standings. Coventry are on the move. Coventry A have just set the fastest lap of the race, a 60.2 1:59 second lap. 26th at the moment. I don't think they'll stay there. They've got 10 minutes to get themselves as far up the order as they can. They're now 21st. They are flying through the field. Black flag for the number 70, which is Liverpool B, currently in 31st position. In fact, they're going tumbling down. I think they must have had a spin on their last lap. Yes, they lost a good 30 seconds in sector 1. Penalty for the 25 now. Heriot Watt A. Heriot Watt A ran very well in race 1 in this corresponding fixture, but they're down in 28th at the moment. Their B team, meanwhile, is in 4th place. Leeds A now 0.16 of a second behind their cross-city rivals last time around. So can we find whether 33 and 37 are out on track? Because they're going to be very, very close. Can't quite see them myself at the moment. They're currently in sector 3, and there is the 37 coming across the line now, ahead of the 33. 37, Leeds A have taken the lead away from Leeds Beckett A. Leeds A did score a 3rd place earlier in the day in race 2. And I'm trying to think if there's been any other really strong results for them so far. I don't think so. Leeds A started this race in 12th, so I'd think that Leeds A have decided to put the driver who got the 3rd place in race 2 in for this one, and that strategy is working at the moment. As number 3, is that Coventry A off again? I think I can see Coventry A up at the top of the Zulus off, and that's a real shame because they were piling through, and yet they're tumbling down the order, I've been told. And you can see if you're looking at the Twitter feed that it has in fact stopped raining. There's a cart off on the outside of turn 2. 7 minutes 30 to go. So not a good race here for Coventry A, but then again you need to drop 2 scores anyway, so this will be one of them. Leeds Beckett A responding to Leeds A. They've just set their fastest lap of the race so far, a 1 minute .261. The fastest lap now overall in the whole field is Bath A with a 1 minute .246, but they've had issues as well, currently 20th on the road. They've got 7 minutes to make that pace work into something more appealing to them. Bath A currently 12th in the standings. Black flag for the 67 of Birmingham D. Birmingham D in 15th place. I think I remember the Birmingham D driver in the first race getting a telling off. Who is that Brummy bandit? I'll get a telling off from me later. Still Leeds A, who now have the fastest lap of the race, 60.125 on the clock. Leeds Beckett A now 1.7 seconds behind. Huddersfield A up to 3rd. Might be a bit of a surprise that Huddersfield A are in 8th place in the standings at the moment, but they've still got 4 races out of the next 5 that they'll be in to pull back and retain some of the points that they'll want to hopefully retain the BUKC title come the end of the season. Just short of 6 minutes to go now. Can we see any yellow? Yes, there is a yellow flag at the boot. Someone has stopped on driver's left just after the first pass of the boot. Oh, cones going everywhere. What on earth was that? I can see which cart it was. They're going to come around and I'll just number check them for you. It was the number 79, which is Leeds Beckett B, have absolutely decimated the cones on the inside of the first part of the boot, and everyone's now taking advantage of that because you can mount the curb a bit more. Penalty for the number 79. I think that might actually be 2 penalties because there were 2 cones that went flying there. Leeds Beckett B currently in 28th position and maybe slipping down a little bit further come the end of the race when that, I'm thinking 10-second penalty will be applied. Less than 5 minutes to go now in race 6 out of 10. Here at the day 2 of the BUKC qualifiers for 2015. There's a cart that's being recovered just going through Inkerman's now. We'll let you know who that is in a moment, who's had a spin out there, being overtaken by the 78. It is the number 60 of Bristol B. So the Bristol B driver having a spin and losing what was 26th position. Got to give a shout out to Liam Kearns, who's just had his tweet using the hashtag BUKC 2016 retweeted. Brunel C flying up the points simply by staying on the track. That is very correct indeed. Brunel C currently, well, after 5 races, 4 for each team, Brunel C 39th in points. 3 minutes 40 to go. And it's still Leeds A now pulling out from Leeds Beckett A. You can see Joe using the hashtag BUKC 2016. Yes, you have your priorities right. Multitasking with the qualifiers here at Whilton Mill today and that glorified World Endurance Championship feeder series called Formula 1. No, I'm joking. I'm a Formula 1 fan at heart. It just annoys me sometimes. If in doubt, blame Bernie. 3 minutes to go. Leeds A still leading from Leeds Beckett A. Huddersfield A third. Heriot Watt B fourth. Heriot Watt B looking to convert that 6th place starting position into a really good score here, and they need it because they are currently 29th. They're the magic 29th at the moment, with 128 points so far today. So good score here, backed up by some fairly reasonable scores. Don't need to be dramatic scores, but just keep the points ticking along. Heriot Watt are looking good for getting 2 teams into the main championship for 2016. 41 Bath B have just been into the pits, and they're back out again now. 25, curb warning, that's Heriot Watt A. Heriot Watt A not having the best of races, down in 21st position. Commentary A watch, we'll just give that a shout. 28th now after the 2 spins earlier in the race. As, oh no, Howard Mitchell's off for Birmingham B. That's a real shame because Birmingham B, I think, we're having a pretty good race. He's gone off in the boot section. Sorry, Howard, your worst nightmares have come true that I've called you out on the commentary. But a man's got to do his job. And round come Birmingham B, now in 24th position for the number 39. Penalty for the 28, which is Bath A. So that is Bath A currently. Where are they? 13th at the moment, just ahead of Aston A and Leicester A. They gained 2 positions on the last lap. But a time penalty of either 5 or 10 or some form of multiple of 5 seconds will push them down a little bit further. Less than a minute to go now. Once again, these races really whipping on by. Leeds A still leading from Leeds Beckett A. We're looking out for them now, the number 37. There is the 37 being shown, the last lap board. So here we go then. The leader goes into turn 1. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him, but he's carving through the traffic. That's 2 of them gone in turn 1 already. Going up the hill now to Christmas Corner, dealing with more of this traffic. There is a driver very, very comfortable in these conditions, I have to say. There goes another back marker, just one more to go now as one driver has spun at the top of the course. The number 37 now comes down through Zulus, the 60 ahead of them. There is a car that has spun off, but I can't quite see who it is due to the gantry. As into the boot goes Leeds A through the second part. Very simple now, 5.6 seconds clear of Leeds Beckett A on the last lap. Round the final corner, here come Leeds A, and it's another victory to a Leeds University. It's Uni of this time, they take the win. Good 60 points, Leeds Beckett A more good points, 59 points this time for their tally. We're waiting for Huddersfield A, there they go, finishing in third. Heriot Watt B will take fourth. And Brunel B fifth. A lot more carts on the lead lap this time, so we're going to have 17 on the lead lap here. Sixth are Nottingham A.